like an animal, talks like an animal, must be an animal. Come hear the animals, talking animals, talking animals. It walks like an animal, talks like an animal, must be an animal. Come hear the animals, talking animals, talking animals.
Good morning. This is Talking Animals on WMNF. It's day one of our Winter Fund Drive, and I'm joined by Sean Canan, our News and Public Affairs Director. We may be joined at some point by the fabulous Flea. And I think you have somebody to thank from earlier in the morning.
Yeah, Duncan, I have some good news to report that Democracy Now! Did make its goal today because, in part, from a generous donation from Ronald Huff from Land O'Lakes. Thank you so much for that $600 donation. And Ronald is getting 2 of our WMNF artists long sleeve T-shirts. We have different cuts, so you can let your phone bank volunteer know which type of T-shirt you want, or you can select it on our website, WMNF.org, which is where you can see all of our swag that we have to offer as gifts for your donation. So thank you to all the supporters of Democracy Now!, which made its goal. Thanks to all the supporters of Midpoint, which has made its goal. And now we are looking for supporters of Talking Animals because we have a very lofty goal that we would like to reach this hour. And with your help, we can do that. If you call 813-239-9663 or donate at WMNF.org.
And now we'll welcome the fabulous Flea. He is here. How's it going, Flea?
Hey, Duncan, how you doing?
The show is called Talking Animals. It'll just be an hour of that, so hope that'll inspire you to pledge just some barking for the next hour.
I'm inspired. I'm totally inspired. In fact, I've got.
I know that's a vintage Talking Animals shirt. I haven't seen that in many moons.
Yeah. Well.
Wow. Well, let that be a good luck.
So we got a lot of great stuff out today, don't we?
We do. And
you work really hard on this. You're the hardest working man in Pledge Drive.
Well, I don't know about that, but we do try to come up with some cool things. And again, these are exclusive to Talking Animals, so anything we're about to talk about, for better or worse, you can only get by pledging in support of Talking Animals by calling 813-239-9663 or going online to WMNF.org. And right now, I think we have the intersection more directly of a band and a radio station that I think go very well together, by which I'm referring to Little Feat. Seems like there's a lot of WMNF fans of Little Feat.
You know what they say, Little Feat, good concert.
That's right. That's a bumper sticker that I've torn off my car. But anyway, so if you haven't yet gotten your tickets to Little Feat, they're coming up in just a week's time. In fact, it's exactly a week from today, February 26th. Or you want to kind of boost your ticket level because we've got 2 of the best seats in the house. They are, if you or have any kind of device nearby, you can double check where these are, but they are plum seats of row H, seats 13 and 14, so dead center and like 8 rows from the stage.
That.
So it's not, if you're any closer than that, it's almost too close. You got to crane your neck and where's the bass player? I can't see him anymore. He's there somewhere. So anyway, so we have a great set of tickets in support of Talking Animals, and especially in support of WMNF for a $400 pledge for those amazing seats. Not a whole lot more than what you'd actually pay at face value, but you're supporting Talking Animals, and especially you're supporting WMNF, and by doing so.
Yeah, instead of the money going to some corporation, it's coming to WMNF, your radio station. It's the thing you like to just turn on a little button or go to your computer or pull out your phone. It's always there for you, and why not pick up a great pair of tickets while you're at it?
Yeah, these are really great. So maybe we should hear a little bit of a Little Feat, and then we'll come back and tell you about some more things we have to thank you for. It's WMNF Talking Animals, Winter Fund Drive, 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
I made a sail down. Was it
sacrilegious, I know, to cut Little Feat or anybody short, but we're going to be cutting everybody short today because we only have an hour. We got a long way to go. Speaking of which, Shelley Reback's here to tell us about some great luck she had, a great success she had, and thanking one or two other folks, I think.
Yeah, I want to wrap up with thanking some late-coming donations to Midpoint Wednesday. I want to thank Natalie Preston from Brandon, Florida, who says, I love your show. Well, we love you too, Natalie. Natalie's a great listener, often contributes on air. That's one of the great things about Midpoint. We invite our listeners to call in and enjoying our conversation on the show. And here's an interesting donation. John M. Howell from Brooklyn, New York has donated $105.
Wow.
And he, paid the processing fees. Right.
We love him for that.
And
Even
he's taking the book On Tyranny.
Nice.
We had 5 of those books. I think they're all gone now, but we thank John from Brooklyn, who says, thanks for introducing me to quality programming in the community. Well, that's certainly true. And I want to just remind our listeners that if you missed donating while Midpoint was on air, you can always go online at WMNF.org. There's a drop-down menu where you can select any show that speaks to you and designate your donation to that show. So thanks very much, and thanks to Duncan for letting me come in and say hello.
Congratulations. Well done. Great job. And now back to Flea. So anyway, we've got, again, these Little Feat tickets. We've got some other great tickets that we're going to tell you about. But we have some other nice thank you gifts that are much more reasonably priced if you're looking for something that's closer to like the basic membership fee of $35. One of the things I'm really happy about, I thought you might like, is these glow-in-the-dark dog colors, which if you walk your dog at dusk or in the early morning or at night, these...
Oh, that's great. Especially if you got like a dark dog, like, black dog or dark brown dog. They go out in the backyard and you can't see them.
Right.
It happens with our Cooper. She disappears. Where does she go?
That's exactly right. So the thing is, they can be kind of snipped to like adjust any dog. So any size, it fits any size. And also it's rechargeable. So USB can recharge it. So it's not like you have to mess with batteries or replace batteries. And they're very cool. And speaking of that, I think we have pictures on Facebook, Duncan Strauss, my Facebook page, or my Instagram, with pictures of there's a black lab with wearing a collar, and it looks great because you think, wow, if that was nighttime or dusk, that dog would be hard to see except for the bright green collar. So just a $35 pledge, all you need to take that on 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org to pledge online.
On that collar, it's also really fun because if you're out there in the backyard, having a beer or something, and the dog's out there in the dark, you just see a collar running around the yard. It's really kind of fun. It's like, what's this collar going?
I got to get my eyes checked. I was seeing just a collar running around outside. Yeah. So, anyways, 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org to get that, or again, the Little Feat tickets. Also, we have some other spectacular tickets I want to tell you about.
We got some great comics here.
Yeah, we really do.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Nikki Glaser? Come on,
yeah.
Glaser. Oh, sorry. Well, she'll get me for that.
Right. You'll be roasted shortly for that, Gav. But anyway, so yeah, Nikki Glaser's coming to town. It's not till June, but her star has risen so much and so fast, especially in the wake of the Tom Brady roast. I don't know if you saw that on Netflix.
I did.
She stole the show.
I still feel dirty.
Well, okay. But she was amongst a lot of great comics and roasters or whatever.
So we got a pair of tickets for that, right?
Right. Well, also, she's not only that, but she hosted the Golden Globes. So she's red hot. So she's selling out every show that she's doing. She's on a stand-up tour now. So even though the shows aren't till June, locally at the Mahaffey Theater, she's doing 4 shows. 2 of them at least are already sold out. I think the third one's just about sold out. And yet we've got best seats in the house through her representation. And we can hook you up with those for a pledge of $400. Amazing tickets to see this amazing comic who's just sort of like really risen to a whole nother level. She's been doing it for 20-something years. She's been great for a long time. But now it's
all of a sudden,
people are aware of her. Yeah. So 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org if you'd like to pledge for a pair of those tickets to see Nikki Glaser. And I thought we'd play a couple little snippets of the Tom Brady roast, just to give you a sense of.
I like that. Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Let's hear Nikki Glazer. Well, hopefully you'll call 813-239-9663 or go online at WMNF.org. Or, of course, you can pledge directly from your beautiful WMNF phone app. And this is a $400 pledge, but they're insane seats, and it's going to be a great night. And, again, all the shows are selling out quickly. So here's Nikki Glazer at the Tom Brady roast.
Thank you, 15 cents. You really got to hand it to Kevin Hart, because he can't reach. No, Kevin, I love you. No one works harder than this man. Do you know that every morning Kevin wakes up at 4 a.m. to make his movie? I love your movies, or as I call them, short films. No, I'm kidding. I hate them. No, sorry, Kevin. I don't mean to belittle you, but you belittle, man. Like, you're a tiny guy. Kevin is 5'2", 150 pounds, 155 after The Rock finishes, but...
That's Nikki Glazer from the Tom Brady roast, and just a little sample here, a little bit more. But if you want to see her in person to shows that are selling out left and right across the country, a $400 pledge gets you amazing seats, two of the best seats in the house, thanks to her representation, setting us up in their own way of supporting WMNF and Talking Animals. So $400 pledge, 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. And again, we've got the glow-in-the-dark dog collar. And I want to tell you about something else that we have, like, very reasonably priced, probably priced too low.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
but these are dog wind chimes, Flea.
Oh, you're really trying to get me today, aren't you?
Yeah, this is all aimed at Flea. It seems like I'm misguided, but I'm sending all my thank you gifts towards Flea's direction. But these are wind chimes, but there's like 6 or 7 dog shapes on it. There's aluminum tubes. They sound great and they look great. And again, you can see these on my Facebook page or my Instagram page. And I've posted a few different times lately, including this morning.
Okay, so they're dog wind chimes.
Yeah.
So are they for the dog or for the person?
The dog could enjoy it. The human could enjoy it. Everybody could enjoy it.
All species can enjoy this.
Right. It's cross species.
Oh, great.
So here's the great thing. It's just a $35 pledge. Like I say, I think I probably underpriced these.
What dog doesn't have $35? Well, come on.
Yeah, with all their babysitting money.
Yeah, exactly.
They should have it. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. These are really amazing. So let's thank a few folks, Flea.
Yeah, let's do it.
Some called in or pledged beforehand.
They pledged beforehand. Smart move. Good move. Not that waiting till now is a bad move. Just sometimes you could forget. You could forget.
Yeah,
I'll call in during the show.
Yeah.
To make sure he gets the pledge. But guess what? You can pledge anytime and he'll get the pledge as long as you put Talking Animals in the.
You have to designate TLA or Talking Animals when you go online. So let's thank some folks, and I'll get back to tell you about some of the even other cool ways we have to thank you.
Sure.
813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
Well, how about this? I got Anonymous was a 5370 pledge. Thank you very much. And everyone come to Have a Heart for Animals dinner and silent auction on February 22nd. Go to voiceforanimals.org and scroll down for all the information. Great. That looks like a great event.
Yeah, we had kind of a short interview on last week's show about that with Miriam Parham from the co-founder of Florida Voices for Animals. So that's going to be great. That's coming up this weekend, the 22nd.
We've got another anonymous $50 pledge. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And what else we got here? We got some...
I got somebody to thank.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guess who they are? They're anonymous. But we thank them, and they're actually making a $189 pledge, because one thing we haven't even mentioned yet, because it's new this drive, and I don't think anyone... Well, it might have mentioned once or twice so far this morning, but it's a Bluetooth speaker that can hook to your phone, obviously your device, and it also has a phone charger.
Oh, nice.
So very cool. So I'm not sure what the initial pledge is. This person pledged $189. So we thank them for their support of Talking
That's it.
Animals.
That is it. I just checked the book here.
Okay, cool. So thank you for that.
And we have Stephen Crozier from Edmonds, Washington. Thank you so much for your $108 pledge. Thank you. Can't hold those pledge cards and clap at the same time. There you go. Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Clapping and And again, we appreciate people that are putting in the extra for those odd amounts, putting in the money for the credit card processing. So we really appreciate that. That's just less money that comes out of WNF's pocket. So
absolutely. Want me to read any more? We're going to music.
I'll read one more over here.
Okay.
Sally Reeder from Oxnard, California. So we get them from across the country over the years here with a nice 5370 pledge and the support of Talking Animals and WMNF. So
you built up a national following because you have so many great guests on here, these of a national variety. I mean, Jane Goodall. She wouldn't just be a Tampa person, although she loves it here. She's worldwide.
She does love Tampa, but she's been on the show a couple times over the years, and we're super excited about that for sure.
How about this? Who loves being here? Kathleen Edwards, great singer-songwriter and dog devotee, and she now lives here half the year in St. Pete.
St. Pete, yeah.
And she put on a great show recently.
For sure.
And you had her on the show. Wait a minute. You had her on live, in person, playing guitar.
Playing music and playing at least one dog song and I think one other animal song while she was there.
Wow. And you had Alec Baldwin on the show before, Lily Tomlin, Nico Case, Paula Poundstone. You must have some really good catnip to get all these people on the show.
Yeah, that's all it takes is catnip.
Yeah.
But anyway, and more recently we had Howard Baskin from Big Cat Rescue talking about kind of what's happening.
That was just a couple weeks ago, right?
That was just last week, yeah. And they, at this point, of course, they've sent all their cats to another sanctuary in Arkansas, and they basically shut down the thing and sold the property. But he was talking about kind of what's next for Big Cat Rescue and stuff, and they've had quite a storied career. So we also had Hannah Shaw, the kitten lady, whose new book is Cats of the World, and Steve Nesbitt, a retired FWC biologist, talking about sandhill cranes. Have you ever been interested in sandhill cranes?
Yeah, that was recently too, wasn't it?
It was recent. These are ones I'm reading are just recent ones, yeah. And then Dr. Marcy Fallick, who kind of traced her career from conventional training in veterinary medicine to becoming a holistic veterinarian and sort of increasing concern about her regular peers and colleagues and sort of how they treat people and don't treat.
I see something on here I'm glad to see. I was wondering what happened, but Glenn Hatchell asked the trainer is coming back on March 5th.
Yeah, we try to do it every 3-4 months, but I think we might start doing it more frequently because I think Glenn has more time, more flexibility. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be on March 5th. That's 2 weeks from today, and then hopefully more frequently after that. But that's great. If you don't know what we're referring to, this is where Glenn, who used to be on the air here at WNUP, but then became very skillful, well-trained himself, behaviorist and animal trainer and dog trainer. So he takes questions from people about dogs and cats and other animals too. And it's like a great service, great public service, I think, of WMNF, of Talking Animals, of Glenn.
Right. Because everyone's got a dog or a cat that does something where they want to fix.
And the price is right for the information from a skilled behaviorist. Free.
No, it's not free.
No, it's
you got to donate during the pledge drive.
Right. That's where it's not free.
Yeah.
813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. And let's tell you about.
Go ahead. Fred Armisen's got some tickets there too, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Now Fred is all over all these Saturday Night Live special documentaries and stuff. When he played the other night, I think he played with B-52s, Devo.
He was on more in the last 2 weeks than he was when he was on the show.
I don't. Let's not have Fred hear that. But then the other night he was on, just snippets and stuff of he and Maya Rudolph were doing Beyonce and Prince and. Super talented guy, great musician and comedian, and then of course co-creator and co-star of Portlandia with Carrie Brownstein, and. So he's on a tour now doing music and comedy, and we have 2 amazing tickets to that as well.
So he's coming to town. It's coming to Tampa Theater on April 4th.
That's right. And so we have...
That's a Friday night, April 4th.
Right. Amazing tickets just for $200. These are, again, from his representation, so they're like the best... 2 of the best seats in the house. Like if you were Fred's friend or family member, these are the tickets you would get. So...
Well, that's great. That's a great deal. 813-239-9663. We got to keep this show on the air. All the shows here at the radio station depend on listener support, and we need your listener support for this show because it'll happen. Some shows just people lose interest in for some reason. I don't know who knows why, and they drift away. We never see them again. This show was way too important to ever let that happen. We don't want it to drift away. We don't want it to get pushed out. We want it to stay here strong. I mean, Duncan puts a lot of effort into making making sure this happens. If you've ever put together an event or something, you know how much work it takes, all the details and things like that, and driving here and all that kind of stuff takes a lot of work, and Duncan does it all, and you need to show your support for that, because he's behind animals 100%. Everybody, it seems like most people do a little something, like me. I foster every now and then, whatever. Duncan's out here every single week on the air, and then the minute he gets off the air, he starts work on next week's show. And I know he's driving home, he's got the phone out, and he's arranging the next guest. It doesn't stop. Let's show some support.
It's also, sadly, all too true, probably, for the most part.
Yes, it is. I know.
Nuts, yeah.
I only exaggerate a little bit.
Okay.
813-239-9663. That's the number to call and show your support for Talking Animals here on WMNF.
And while we're at it, before we hear maybe something else, I'm going to maybe thank one or two more people.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to thank Cora Moore from Kissimmee, Florida, and a nice, generous pledge. She's a longtime supporter of the show, so we're happy to hear from her. Thank you, Cora.
Okay, I want to thank Roger from Seminole, Florida. Actually called in for Midpoint. Thank you very much. All the money goes to the same place. And they get here at the radio station, keep everything going, all the lights, the electricity, etc. And I want to thank Catherine McGill from Spring Hill. Thank you very much. And she's our Florida Wildlife Animals, and she gives a little smiley face. There you go.
And also, go ahead.
Yeah, I got one more here.
Right.
Cindy Reno from Bradenton, thank you very much for your pledge. And thanks for calling in. We really appreciate that. Cindy Reno from Bradenton.
And I got one from...
yeah, all right.
Ben, without me even saying you're applauding, I
know it's going to be good.
About the details. Yeah, anyway, this is Tracy T.G. Schreiner, so from Bend, Oregon.
All right.
I will say it's an extended family member, so it's a little bit of a trick there.
Everybody loves the show.
Yeah.
Even his own family loves the show.
Yeah, even.
Yeah, exactly.
It's shocking, but true.
Yeah, come on.
Anyway, so a nice pledge from Tracy. Thank you so much. And, we're going to get to those in a second. Thanks. So let's hear, maybe we should hear another clip from...
yeah, let's hear a clip.
From
Nikki
Glaser.
Pretty good, I guess that, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man, this thing here is just firing left and right here on top of my neck.
No, that's impressive, for sure. So, all right, so here's another clip of Nikki Glaser from the Tom Brady. And this is about Gronkowski, of course, his favorite receiver for most of those years that he played. And
tight end.
Not considered the brightest guy in the bunch, as you'll
I think he's making a career out of not being the brightest guy in the bunch.
Well, she's making a career out of noting that, I think, here. So let's hear this clip. Well, hopefully you call 813-239-9663 or pledge online at WMNF.org.
Rob Gronkowski is not all here. Hey, Rob. No, Rob, you're not really as dumb as you look and sound and act and are. You might be dumber. Is it true you were the first person born with CTE? Is that real? No, Gronk, I love you. You put the downs in touchdowns. You really do. You put the special in special teams. You put the tard in Rob Gronkowski as retarded. Why? I'm so sorry, Rob. You haven't caught this much heat since you were microwaved as a baby. I'm sorry.
All right.
Oh, she's tough. She's tough.
Yeah, she's not pulling any punches there, but again, that's partly what made her kind of stand out that night at the Tom Brady roast, and again a little bit later at the Golden Globe she hosted, and was very triumphant. And now she's on a stand-up tour that's selling out every day, including at least 2 of the 4, maybe 3 by now, of the 4 in Tampa. But
that's just going to be at Mahaffey Theater, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, Mahaffey Theater, great little theater over
there. So they're already sold out, even though they're in June. So if you want to be sure to go and get great seats, a $400 pledge at 813-239-9663 will get you an amazing pair of tickets to see Nikki Glaser at the Mahaffey Theater on either June 12th or June 13th. We're not sure which day, but those are the 2 days she's going to be performing there.
I see what you're saying. So it's a $400 pledge. You pick for a pair of tickets, and we'll find out exactly whether it's 12th or 13th.
Yeah, one of those 2 days. Like I say, she's selling out so much, it's hard to stay ahead of the game. So, anyways,
that's great. And then we have some music tickets, don't we? Little Feet
Sure do.
coming to town. A pair of
That's
tickets. And these are great seats. In fact, what'd you say? If you go online and get the seating chart?
Yeah, we can tell you exactly where they are. Row H, so 8 rows from the stage, obviously, and seats 13 and 14, pretty much dead center. So primo seats, if you're a Little Feet fan, this is a great way. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet or you want to trade up and do something else with your original tickets, this is a way to get the best seats that you could probably get at this point for that night. And that's just 1 week from tonight, February 26th. So 813-239-9663 or WMF.org. Can we hear a little more of the Little Feet?
Yeah, let's hear some Little Feet. Oh, those are medium-sized feet. Sorry.
Those are bigger. Those are clown feet, I think.
Clown feet, yeah.
All right, those are little feet. As you call 813-239-9663 or WNF.org for your pledge. Support Talking Animals.
I've been warped by the rain, driven by the snow. I'm drunk and dirty, don't you know? And I'm still willing. And I was out on the road late at night. I seen my pretty Alice in every headlight. Alice, Dallas, Alice. And I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to Hatchapee to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, driven the back road so I wouldn't get weighed. And if you give me weed, white sand wine, and you show me a sign, I'll be willing to be moving.
All right, that's Little Feet. We'll be holding forth 1 week from tonight at the Ruth Eckerd Hall. We got tremendous seats again, row H, seats 13 and 14 for pledge. Not too much more than actually the face value, $400 to the best seats you'll get that night. 813-239-9663 or WNF.org. And of course, that money all goes to support WNF and all the great work and programming and expenses and engineering and transmitter repair and on and on and on, the things that keeps the station going. And we do rely on, currently at least 70% of our operating budget comes from fund drives, as you might have heard. And so we really need to hear from you now at 813-239-9663 or WNF.org. And going to tell you that we have another, most of our things except the tickets are priced at the basic membership fee of $35. So the next thing we have, which we've done before, but it's been super popular, but sometimes people lose them, it's the Pocket Monkey. Remember the Pocket Monkey, Flea?
Oh, yeah. It's back?
It's back.
They finally caught it. It was bouncing all around town, and they finally trapped it.
All through the trees.
You got the little the dart gun, and then they got it.
This is an animal show.
Oh yeah, it's a friendly dart, right?
Yeah, friendly dart. Casper the friendly dart.
I would like it to be hit by the dart sometimes. It puts you to sleep. You get to rest and relax.
All right, well, we'll see if we're going to raise that. But anyway, so the Pocket Monkey is this great sort of Swiss Army knife-like device, but it's flat enough and small enough, about the size of a credit card, to fit into your wallet, and it's TSA compliant. People have loved it over the years. It does a bunch of functions: bottle opener, screwdriver, letter opener, hex wrench, Phillips screwdriver, phone kickstand, straight edge, etc. And that's just a $35 pledge. Your basic membership fee of $35 to join WMNF or rejoin is $35 gets you the Pocket Monkey.
That's great.
813
that's fun.
239-9663 or WMNF.org. So
how about the bladeless? No, you know what? Actually, I want to talk about a couple M&F centric things that we have available, and this one I think might be the gift of the pledge drive. It's for tropical heat wave. You've been there, right? I've seen you there.
Yeah.
I've been there with you. I've spilled a beer on you.
This year. I couldn't make it last year, but hoping to go this year.
Yeah. You're not gonna miss it this year. So we have a thing called the Oasis tent, and at this tent, if you were to get this pass, you would get 2 drink tickets each person. There's food the whole time there, and there's 2 T-shirts. This is a Oasis pass, okay? And it's for Tropical Heat Wave, and of course you're getting tickets to Tropical Heat Wave for $500. That's a deal. It is the deal of the fund drive. People are already talking about it, but I think that's the deal of the fund drive. It's the best value, the best time, everything all combined to one. And Tropical Heat Wave, which is May 10th. And
That's
it's
right.
coming right around the corner. And if you want a little Oasis tent, you're out there, you're watching bands, it's hot. I'm going to go to the Oasis for a minute. And I get a little snack.
Right, you get off your feet. And then you get off your feet for a bit.
Yeah.
And you have a cool drink and something to eat.
And you're back stronger than ever.
Right. And then you're ready to watch 70 more acts.
Yeah, it's like the Super PAC. It's called the Oasis. It's called the Oasis PAC.
$500?
$500.
$500 pledge. 813-239-9663 or WNF.org. I want to thank Anonymous, who made a nice $37.70 pledge, and we appreciate that. And then coincidentally,
all right,
he's been a supporter and a guest, and every which way. Howard Baskin from Odessa, Florida, with a nice pledge in support of Talking Animals and WNF. So we thank Howard.
That's great.
For that.
That's great.
Good.
Let me tell you that we have Anonymous here with a $203 donation, and there you go. Thank you very much. I was just looking for the town they're from, St. Pete Beach. There you go. Thank you very much, Anonymous.
Very cool.
And then we got another one here, Anonymous, $108 pledge, and it's getting the T-shirt, which we had not even mentioned yet. That
you can see on WNF.org and probably one or more of the
it's long sleeve, which I'm always complaining that we need the long sleeve T-shirt this time of year. Well, we have one now. We got a local artist to do the drawing and make the T-shirt, and we had a bunch of people submit, a bunch of artists, and this came out the winner. So check that out online, WNF.org. The artist long sleeve T-shirt. That's I'll be checking in to one of those because I'm almost at long sleeve right now. I got the baseball shirt. It's almost. I need like another 4 inches, I think. And it's a great T-shirt. So check that one out. Long sleeve T-shirt. 813-239-9663. That's the number to call to show your support for Talking Animals, a show that believes in animals and does whatever it can to help animals. It's incredible. How long has this been going? How long have you been saving animals, Duncan?
Well, I've been doing the show, including when I launched it in California for, I think, in June it'll be 22 years.
22 years.
Yeah.
What dedication?
Still haven't gotten the hang of it, but still hoping to fix it up.
That's good. That's good. Keep working on it. Keep working on it. So,
So for someone who might have just tuned in now, by the way, because they were busy or they just thought, something came up, let's review the ways we have to thank people for donations or pledges of various kinds. So we've got the amazing tickets to see Little Feet. That's a week from tonight, February 26th. And again,
$400 pledge.
$400 pledge, but the seats, we should note, for those who are going to experience it for the first time, are row H, seats 13 and 14. So A rows back, dead center, perfect for Little Feet. 813-239-9663 or WNF.org. And then incredible tickets to see Nikki Glazer, who's actually, on fire, obviously, since her incredible appearance at the Tom Brady roast, and then not that long after that, she hosted the Golden Globes and was amazing there too. So she, now she's on the stand-up tour and she's selling out everywhere she goes, including already, I think, at least 2, if not 3, of the 4 shows in the Tampa St. Pete area. So we have an incredible pair of seats for a $400 pledge. 813, it's June 12th or 13th at the Mahaffey, by the way.
Can I do a shout out to the whiners?
Sure.
Yeah, to all you people that live over in St. Pete and whine about having to cross that bridge. Guess what? This Mahaffey Theater is in St. Pete. You do not have to cross the bridge to go see this show.
It's right.
This show is right around the corner from where you live, somehow, some way, over there in St. Pete. No more whining, just laughing. You want to, singing along with Little Feet, and that's February 26th. All you St. Pete whiners, stop whining, stop your whining now. And give us a call, 813-239-9663. You know, sometimes I'll admit I whine a little bit too about crossing the bridge. But you know what? You sometimes just have to make it happen. 813-239-9663. Get the tickets. Don't forget we have tickets to Nikki Glazer, great comic. And
then we also, I think next we're going to talk about Fred Armisen.
Yes, let's hear Fred.
11 seasons on Saturday Night Live. And then, of course, he was co-creator and co-star of Portlandia with Carrie Brownstein. And he'll be performing at the Amphitheater, I think, a night of both comedy and music and all kinds of cool stuff. He's super talented. And we have one pair of incredibly good tickets. And that's just a modest $200 pledge. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. And for more reasonably priced things for people who like to do those things but maybe are watching their budget, we have things that are priced at the regular WMNF membership fee, basic membership fee of $35, including glow-in-the-dark dog collars that make your dog...
Those are the best.
Yeah, for night, for dusk, for morning. Super safe, no matter what your dog's like. It'll fit any size, and again, as I was mentioning earlier, you can charge it by USB, so there's no batteries that run out or you have to mess with those. And it's very cool. And they really do stand out.
And that's only $35? Is that what I saw?
Yeah, only $35. And speaking of only $35, there's these dog wind chimes that to see them, you could go on WMNF, or sorry, not WMNF, my personal Facebook page or Instagram page. Post a few times, including this morning. You can see them, what they look like. They're fantastic looking, and they sound great. $35 pledge for that. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. And don't forget the Pocket Monkey, folks. Everybody's favorite tool, Pocket Monkey.
Yeah, I don't see how that works. I'm going to have to get one just to figure it out.
All right, well, that's just a $35 pledge as well. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. And, yeah, it's like a Swiss Army knife, but flat, small, credit card size, and TSA compliant. And it's a great tool to solve a bunch of problems or help you out. And you just reach into your wallet or your back pocket, and there's...
The Swiss Army knife of the future.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right. All right, let's hear one more sample of Nikki Glazer from the...
Because this is a great show. She's going to be really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen her, stand-up specials, and I did see a lot of the
roast.
The roast, yeah.
This is from the roast, and this is roasting Jeff Ross, who's the ultimate roast master. So,
the roaster being roasted.
Right, so this is notable. So this is Nikki Glazer from the Tom Brady roast, while we hopefully get you to make a pledge at 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
Jeff, killer set. Congrats on the weight loss, too, man. It must be nice to know that being fat wasn't what made you disgusting to look at. That's... Sorry, man. You really put the ick in Ozempic. It's... Jeff, you look like your pronouns are it, that. You look like something cancer catches. Are you pickled? I'm confused. The only time Jeff ever got a woman wet is when she helped roll him back into the ocean. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So that's Nikki Glazer from the Tom Brady roast. And again, she'll be holding forth in June, but the shows are already selling out quickly, and some of these have already sold out. But in June at the Mahaffey Theater for a $400 pledge, 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. You'll have two of the best seats in the house and have an amazing time. She couldn't be more... comic of the moment, really. So.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Well, we also have some other tickets. We have the event passport for WMNF, and that would get you into any MNF event. You get 10 tickets to get you into 10 events, and you could be a real hero here on this show by picking that up for $1,000. You can be a real hero for Tropical Heat Wave. Tropical Heat Wave is so expensive to put on concerts these days, and you've seen the festivals and things like that, Duncan, with all these great names are on there, and it costs like so much to go to those, and we keep the price down. We're keeping the price down. I'm not going to, it's not going to cost you $300, $400, $500, $600 to go to a festival, sit out in grass lawn or something.
That's crazy time.
No, it's great. That's crazy stuff. So for WMF, you can help out and but really make sure that Heat Wave never goes away by getting the event pass for $1,000. I'll give you 10 tickets to any WMNF event. You really can't beat that, and you'd be a hero. You'd be a hero. You could walk around and say, you know what, this might not exist if it wasn't for me. I'd donate $1,000, and then, you know, we can break it up in payments, whatever works best for you. Marlene Weaver from Parrish, Florida, thank you so much for your pledge, $100 pledge. Thank you.
And let's thank a few folks right on hand here that are helping out in the phone room and beyond. Susie, Santiago, Alita, Lorraine, Blanny, and Charlie all helping out. So thank you so much. It takes all kinds of volunteers to run a fund drive, and we really appreciate them and appreciate their help. So, again, if you want to...
We got 15 minutes to do it, Duncan. I think we can. It looks, I can see the goal line.
Well, all right. Well, you have different glasses on than I do. So. But anyway, let's also thank Trevor Chin from Tampa, Florida, and sort of behalf of Florida Voices for Animals. We mentioned this earlier, but they are gearing up for their Have a Heart annual dinner, and that's on Saturday, February 22nd at Solid Rock. And so you can go to FloridaVoices.org to FloridaVoicesForAnimals.org to find out more and get your tickets if you're interested. There'll be great speakers there. There'll be awards given to local activists. There's a silent auction. There's a dinner. It's great.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
And they're the people that bring you Tampa Bay Veg Fest, so we want to be sure to support them.
Yeah, we want to support them. So is that coming this year, or is it? I know.
I asked Miriam when she was on last week, talking mostly about the Have a Heart dinner, but we asked about that, and they're certainly intent on doing it. They haven't, finished all the preparations enough to say yes, we can do it, but they aim to do it for sure.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah,
it's always one of my favorite events and you see all these great long lines of people at the vegan food.
Yeah, and yes, she was talking about last week how
people just love the food.
Yeah,
they love the vegan food.
Yet several, I think she said 8 or 9, maybe more, 10 or 11 vegan restaurants have gone out of business in the area over the last couple, 3 years. It's hard to sustain. So 813-239-9663 or WNF.org. I want to also thank Nancy Teege from Vista, California.
Thank you, Nancy.
Pledge here in support of Talking Animals and WNF. Thank you for that. And so we're sort of in the home stretch, folks. We got about 10 minutes left, so we really hope that if you like the show, if you like any of the interviews we've done, we basically, in the recent period, have done a long, full-length interview and usually done a short one to sort of call attention to an event, like we did last week with Miriam, for example, as an example about the Have a Heart dinner or adoption events or fundraisers or things. So there's usually 2 interviews, and if you like those, and if you learned anything or responded or heard some good guests, this is a chance to say thanks, and let's keep it going. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org.
Yeah, so I like the animal comedy that you bring up every show. Usually at least one, and maybe sometimes a couple, and how hard it is to find that. There's not a place on the internet that says animal comedy 1 to 2 minutes
long. Box.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of finding it and recording it and editing it and get it and make sure it's radio friendly. A lot of comics like to add a little spice to their routines. So it takes a lot of energy. So that's why I like the animal comedy that you do every week. Also the animal song of the week, right? Or sometimes you do a song of the week. Sometimes more than one.
If I don't run out of time, we do Name That Animal Tune. That's
right.
It's a little contest, and you can win a prize. So we give you stuff, and
hey, Sean.
All right, Sean's here.
Wow, everyone just stopped when I walked in the room.
Well, look at the shirt you're wearing. It's bright blue.
You're the big Hefe, man, and you got a cool shirt on, too. So
wow, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, so Duncan and Flea just got a new donation. This is from Scott in Tampa, and he is donating $200 to Talking Animals, and it says appreciates the show. He's also getting the Fred Armisen tickets, so thank you so much for taking those.
Good move.
And this is so. If you would like to support Talking Animals, which I hope you do, because it's a great show about a fantastic topic that we all appreciate, give us a call right now, 813-239-9663, or you can donate at WMNF.org.
So, Sean, you said the Fred Armisen tickets went, right? Okay, so now we have tickets.
What we might do is do a little minor cost cutting on the tickets, just because we only got a few minutes left in the show, and I hate people to not go to the little fee. So instead, we'll say that's a $350 pledge now.
Okay.
Knock $50 off, and do the same for Nikki Glazer. So knock it down down to $350. So Little Feet.
That's a good deal.
February 26th. Again, row H, seats 13 and 14 for a $350 pledge. That's barely a hair over.
What do you pay at the box office with all the fees and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
one thing
a
about
great
WMNF.
deal.
No fees. Ever.
Right.
Ever. Not even a little bit.
But fleas, yes.
Fleas?
Fees, no. Right?
Please,
Yeah.
not fees.
Yeah, that's our motto. So anyway, so $350 for Little Feet, $350 to Nikki Glazer. Incredible seats to see someone who's, again, it's one of those moments when you see somebody's career just like ascend to a whole different level. And yet she's been doing all the work for 20 years to be ready and to do well when those opportunities came. So it's nice to see on that level, too. So 813-239-9663, WMNF.org, $350 for either Little Feet or Nikki Glazer. $35 for the glow-in-the-dark dog collars, adjustable for any dog of any size, and $35 there. $35 for the wind chimes, which are... I can't emphasize how cool they look and how they sound at least as cool. 813-239-9663, and don't forget the pocket monkey.
Yeah, don't forget that. And also a couple of M&F things. Like we mentioned the long sleeve was done by a local artist, and a $100 pledge for a long sleeve T-shirt. Something we got to do like at least once a fund drive, because there are those 8 days that it's cool that you need the long sleeve shirt.
That's right.
But not I love it. I love those long sleeve T-shirts, and glad that we're doing one here. We also have the regular we have the Circle of Friends T-shirt if you join for $10 a month, and as you mentioned, a wireless speaker with a phone charger. See, that's the thing. Sometimes you're using your phone to listen to M&F, and then it needs to be charged, and then you can't hear it because you're charging it. This is all in one: the phone charger and WMNF, all in one thing.
All in one shot.
You just put I can see a picture here. You just put your phone on top of this little canister. It's about the size of a coffee mug, I would say.
So
for people that size is important.
Size matters.
Size matters to some
Right.
people, yes.
So here's something else, Flea, that sometimes happens.
I'm ready.
Because over the years we've had just offered, and usually people snag it before it goes officially offered. So
Okay.
we want to thank David Andrew Hove from Seahurst, Washington, who's pledged for the Kauai condo.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So yay to them, and yay to be smart enough to pledge before the show even went on the air. So that's why we didn't mention it or offer it.
We want to thank him, though, on the air.
Well, we do want to thank him.
Yeah,
for sure, but
yeah,
we just couldn't offer because we only do really one per fund drive. So we thank him and Joy. And so with that in mind, let's hear a little.
Yeah, nice job. Don't forget, while Duncan's going to some music and comedy and stuff like that, we still have the Little Feet tickets, except they're $50 less, $350 for a pair of tickets, February 26th. And Nikki Glazer has also been dropped by 50, so $350 to go see Nikki Glazer.
You'll be so happy you did
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I mean, for either show, you'll be so happy because you're supporting WMF and Talking Animals and seeing a great show. So this is a nod to the Hawaii condo, obviously. All right. Hawaii 5-0, obviously, but a little different hopped-up version there. So we're in our final moments here on Talking Animals. We're in its first day, first couple, 3 hours, really, of the winter fund drive. We're hoping you'll support us, but we don't want to be a drag on the station or on the rest of the shows. Everybody's got to make their goal and come out of the gate strong. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. So... I want to thank Anonymous.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Not taking a gift, but but supporting the show and supporting the station, and we appreciate that. 813-239-9663 or WNF.org.
Yeah, don't forget, we got those tickets to Little Feat. That's coming right up on February 26th. A $350 pledge. You can get a pair of tickets to see that. And these are great seats, row H and seats 13 and 14. You're pretty much up close and in the middle, right?
Yeah.
That's what we always want. Up close and in the middle.
No.
Your whole life, you strive for that. You want to go to a concert and be up close and in the middle. But you can't. You know, the robots beat you to the tickets.
Happen, yeah.
Other people in front of you. But right now, you can be up front and in the middle to see Little Feat at Ruth Eckerd Hall. That's February 26th for a $350 pledge. You're going to keep this radio station on the air. You're going to keep Duncan on the air. You're going to support all the animals out there in the world that need help. And he's supporting them, bringing their cause to light, what's happening with them. The whales, the killer whales, the friendly whales, whatever whales. You just love them.
The wailing whales.
The wailing whales.
Wailing souls.
Wailing souls. We could go on forever, but, then I wouldn't be able to give out the telephone number. So the number is 813-239-9663. That's your number, and you're going to pick up those tickets to see Little Feat or Nikki Glazer. $350 for a pair of tickets to see Nikki at the Mahaffey Theater, and that's happening in June. So the number again, 813-239-9663. And once again, great tickets. The tickets that the family and friends get, you'll be in that section.
Yeah.
And be careful. She might, launch a zinger at you.
Yeah, like, I don't know this family member.
Yeah.
You're being roasted. 813-239-9663 or WNF.org. So I think we might do something a little crazy at the last minute here because we're
okay, be crazy.
2 or 3 minutes. So let's knock $50 off each of these one more time. So now we're $300 for each show. So $300 for Little Feat, which really is exactly face value, or maybe a couple bucks more.
But no fees. We charge no fees here at WMNF.
And $300 for Nikki Glazer. So that's a great deal for great seats. 813-239-9663 or WMNF.org. Don't forget the glow-in-the-dark dog collars. Don't forget the dog wind chimes. The pocket monkey. These are all $35 pledges. That's the basic WMNF membership fee, which is why I was selected, of course. And we haven't even talked about any of the aprons. We still have a couple cat aprons left, and I think more than a few more dog aprons, which you can also see.
So these are for cats or made of cats?
Or depicting cats.
Depicting cats.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're not made out of them.
I'm not a strong reader, Duncan.
Okay. Well, I'm not a strong writer, so it works out good. But anyway, so those are very cool. Again, some of those were posted on Facebook and or Instagram this morning. So and we've had those in the past. They're great. People love those aprons. 813-239-9663 at WNF.org. I want to thank everybody who's pledged, pre-pledged. I want to thank again the phone answerers. Thank local restaurateurs and others, cooks and stuff, for providing food for our fund drive. And thank our past guests. And I'll be returning at 1 o'clock with Jim Vannon. And
you never know who you're going to hear when you tune in. I just can't believe it. One day, I'm driving, I'm working, I got Talking Animals on, and Alec Baldwin comes on. Like, do I got the right channel? Oh my gosh, he knows Alec Baldwin.
Well,
he got him on the show.
Let's not overstate the case. But that was a fun interview. So, anyways, thanks to everybody. We're sort of just about going up to NPR News and then hand things over to the Conversation for their fundraising. So it's your last chance. Even as we go to NPR News, you can still donate it. If you donate, you can donate one more time. If you haven't donated, here's a chance to support Talking Animals and the work we do. Week in and week out here for 20-something years. 813-239-9663 or WNF.org. So, Flea, thank you for helping me out and pitching with me, and we'll see you again, if not before, on Monday on your show.
Yes.
And look forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. This is the last chance, kids. We have some time here to get the Little Feat tickets. $300 for a pair of tickets to see Little Feat. They're an awesome band. They're going to be at Ruth Eckerd Hall on February 26th. You don't have to wait forever for for this to happen. It's right around the corner. $300 pledge gets you into that, and you'll support Talking Animals. You'll support animals. You'll support this radio station. That's a lot of supporting you're going to do, but $300 really helps a lot. And Nikki Glazer coming in June to the Mahaffey Theater. All you St. Petersburgians. This is something on your side of the bay for $300.
It's selling out fast, so if you snooze, you might lose, as opposed to getting great tickets. We're just sort of...
Right, you snooze, you snooze, you get the balcony.
That's right.
That's what happens.
Or you don't get in the show at all at this rate because they're selling out so fast. Anyway,
813-239-9663. Let's make sure this show makes your goal. We're pretty close, and another good pledge would push us over the edge. Did you think...
Talking Animals on WMNF Tampa. Sorry.